Hello and welcome to this pre-MRS Midlands event hangout. I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Tunney. Thank you so much for joining me today. Can you first of all give a brief introduction to yourself?
Oh, hi Jack. Yes, I've been in research for quite a long time now. I'm a market researcher myself, and I'm on the steering committee for the MRS Midlands branch. And we're a committee trying to get some activity in the Midlands area for people who've got an interest in market research.
Fantastic. So obviously we're here today to talk about this event at the MRS Midlands, and I'm keen for you to tell me about some of the key benefits for Qual researchers within this region of attending the event.
Yes, of course. Well, the reason we've set up these events is to bring together a community of people who've got an interest in market research. So we've set the events up to have a broad appeal, and the events would typically have somebody talking from the client side, somebody talking from the agency side, and we're very keen to present case studies. So this particular event is no exception. This event is focusing actually on marketing Birmingham as a brand, and the benefits of coming along to this event will be to hear some very interesting speakers talking on that subject, but also to network with like-minded people and to pick up some tips that they can take back to the workplace and use straight away themselves. So we are making the event one that will give them information that they can apply back in the workplace.
Awesome. And so you mentioned the speakers there. Can you tell us a little bit about what attendees can expect with regard to that?
Yes, we've got two speakers actually. We're lucky enough to have Joe Lloyd, who's the marketing director for Birmingham Airport. And Birmingham Airport have been doing quite a lot of research recently, looking at everything from consumer experience to trade research. But they've also been rebranding the airport recently, so we're going to hear about the research they've done leading up to the rebranding, and they're also making the business case for opening up the airport to the Chinese market as well. So they've been doing a lot of research, and I think it'll be a very interesting talk from Joe about the journey that they've been on. We're also having a presentation from Ian Taylor, who's the commercial director of Marketing Birmingham. Marketing Birmingham have been very active in marketing the city, and their role is very much to attract visitors to the city, but also to attract inward investment. There's a big interest in place marketing at the moment, and he has responsibility for that for Birmingham. So we're going to hear about how he's been using research to help with the development of their place marketing strategy for Birmingham.
Okay, that sounds awesome. And so if we can talk a little bit more generally for a moment about MRS Midland and about and what it's about, can you tell us a kind of overview of what it's about?
Yes, sure. We started up about just over a year ago. We did previously have some activity in the Midlands, but we found that it had just waned a little bit. So we've set up a steering committee to reactivate market research meetings in the Midlands, and the aim is very much to bring together a community of people with an interest in market research. The intention is that the event should have broad appeal for anybody who's on client side or agency side, or just has an interest in research, and maybe perhaps studying something relevant at university as well. So typically at the events we've had so far, we've had near on 50 attendees at the events, covering a very broad spectrum of backgrounds. And the intention is to raise the profile of market research and also the MRS itself within the region. And provided people enjoy the events as much as we hope they will, we'd like to lift the membership of the MRS in the area as well and promote best practice in market research in the area. So those are our main aims in setting up the MRS Midlands group.
Okay, and for those who would like to come to the event but perhaps can't make it, are there any others to look forward to in the calendar?
Yes, we've been planning a programme for the year actually, so this will be our second major event now, and we have another event planned for June, and the event in June is going to be on the topic of branding, and we are planning at that event to have a speaker from client side talking about branding and their experience of using research for their particular brand. We're also looking to secure a presentation from an agency who are quite leading edge in this area and are quite progressive in their approach to supporting brands. So we're looking forward to seeing what they've got to say. And we're also hoping to have an academic from Aston University who specialises in branding as well. So we're going to have 3 different perspectives on branding, and then we're going to open that up to the audience to debate some of the issues that people might be experiencing with branding research and some of the challenges out there with branding research at the moment.
Fantastic. Well, Di, thank you so much for joining me today. I can't wait to hear more about MRS Midland and how it goes in a few weeks. And I hope you enjoy the event.
Thank you very much, Jack, and thanks for giving me the opportunity to tell people about the events. We're very excited about the programme for the year.